So here we have Miss Trophy Wife, known on YouTube and TikTok as the new Trophy Wife. Her name is Isis, and she has recently been all over TikTok, YouTube, because she announced on her YouTube that her husband SA'd her 4-year-old daughter and her 2-year-old daughter. Now, it's been so much information coming out about this situation, and I'm going to continue to say my 2 cents about this situation because time and time again on my platform, I have stressed the fact that Miss Sprinkle message can be interpreted wrong to women who are not intelligent enough to make sound decisions and recognize that men are master manipulators. Okay? So I do hope that she gets the justice that she needs and her daughters do as well. But let's dive in a little deeper to why getting to the bag, chasing a man's money, manipulating a man to get to his bank account is dangerous, is not beneficial, is unintelligent, and the message that Sprinkle advises, it is a disservice to the collective of women. Sprinkle main audience are women who are trying to get the validation of a man. It's just in a coverted way. They want to present themselves in a way that is desirable to the man so that the man could choose them and give them money. I also want to state that I do not care how you feel, so you can comment about it. But I do not care how you feel because this is my take. Especially when you're a person who does the research, you know the domestic violence rates, and you know that men are manipulators and they will use women's vulnerabilities and desires to have a provider husband against them. Okay? And to have a certain lifestyle, and they will use that against the woman. And this could be a poor man or a rich man. It does not matter. And what women have done is presented themselves in a way where they feel like they can benefit from the manipulator versus staying away from their ass altogether. Okay? So this advice is definitely advice that's going wrong. The Trophy Wife has stated in her YouTube content that Shira 7 is the one that she got a lot of her advice from, and how she agreed a lot with Kevin Samuel's message as well. Now, we all know that Kevin Samuel was the same man that told women to stay with a man even when the child or the children say that he touched them, but that's a whole nother topic. Okay, so we're dealing with a woman who is male-centered, chasing a bag, unhealed, because she was SA'd in her childhood as well, which is what she stated on her YouTube. She's trying to avoid her own demons by covering it up with materialistic things. This is very dangerous work, very crazy work, very diabolical, okay? This is a picture of the Trophy Wife and her husband, who allegedly done these monstrous crimes against her and her children. And allegedly, her husband also raped her a few times throughout their marriage as well. I don't know how true that is, but it's been said out here in these TikTok and YouTube streets. And the fact that she built her whole platform on trying to guide other women on how to get to the bag and how to present themselves to be chosen by the man, and basically be willing to jeopardize your safety and your children's safety, that is dangerous work. It's just dangerous. Now here I have inserted a photo that she put on her post on YouTube, and it's basically stating that She said, I'm so tired of misinformation. My daughters are his biological children. As if that made a difference, but I deflect. This could have happened to anyone. Also, I knew this man for 6 months, or a 6-month period, before I became his wife. Yes, I ran a background check. I'm not stupid enough to date online without getting one. He had no prior charges other than some speeding tickets. I saw every speeding ticket he ever had before I agreed to go on the first date. My dating profile said I had no children. I never married for money. I married because he pretended to have all the same values as me. I married to build a family on a solid foundation. He never showed signs of being a pedophile, but yes, she'll take the blame. She also states that there's also another content creator whom has 2 daughters by her husband, their biological father. Would she also have been a dumb pygmisha if her husband did the same thing to her daughter? So I assume that she's talking about her idol, which is Shira 7, which is this lady right here, which a lot of women know exactly who she is. Now, Shira states that she tells women not to tell men that you have children on your platform or on your dating profile if you're going to take that route in dating, or not to tell men at all. She said, do not tell the man that you have children until you deem him worthy, depending on how much money he has invested in you. Shira 7's message is still centered around getting a man's money and getting him to provide for you. She does not state the dangers of dating for money and men being the center of a woman's world, okay? Yes, she has a little hint here and there of, yeah, take care of yourself, you're divine feminist, you're this, you're that, and the third. But Shira 7 was also 20 years younger than her husband when she met him, in her early 20s. The new trophy wife is also 20 years younger than her husband. Older men get with younger women for a reason. And if Shira is going to state that don't do anything serious until he spent enough money on you, that is bad advice, period. That's bad advice, okay? And the fact that she makes it seem like her life is so perfect when the domestic violence when the domestic violence numbers state something else. She acts as though her and James has this perfect relationship that was clearly not built on love, because she said don't date for love, don't marry for love, date and love and marry for money. So it wasn't about that either. All she does is put on a show for these women because that's where she's able to make her money in her bag, by getting on social media, putting on a certain look, wearing a certain aesthetic to herself, talking in a certain way, and her target audience are women that are male-centered. And those are the women who find her advice valuable because they don't believe that they could survive without a man, and they don't believe that they are capable of surviving without a man. They think that they're going to have a softer life by allowing the man to provide for them and create a soft lifestyle for them because they feel like they can't do it themselves. And Shira gasses them up to do just that. I'm going to definitely come back with another part because there's more that I want to dissect here. It's unintelligent for women to date for money. It is unintelligent for women to date men in these times at all. Their level of manipulation is not, women are not ready for the level of manipulation that men can go. And that's rich or poor. They're just not ready. This is how you wind up like Miss Trophy Wife, bamboozled, scared out your mind, not knowing how this happened. Because you have took the advice from a woman who has built her whole life on getting a man to provide money for her with no substance. No substance whatsoever. So this is definitely sprinkle advice going wrong, part 1.